Good morning, children. In today's class, we are going to learn visualizing a story. Yesterday, we have visualized a place. Students will be able to visualize a story setting and events. What was the setting of the story, children? Yeah, Stephen and his family lived in the hills, far from America, and in the cornfields. That was the setting. And event, Stephen is a simple boy. He don't trouble his parents, and they were poor. They didn't had money to buy toys for Stephen. Now we will continue reading. Open your content book, page number 82. So if you see the picture here, Stephen and his father were sitting and they were having a conversation. What is it? I'm sorry, son. It will rain again soon, and I will buy you all the toys in the world. His father told him one dry spring day. That's okay, Dad. I will be fine with what I have, Stephen told his dad. Even if he really did want the toys he saw the other kids with. So here Stephen father is saying, I'm sorry, Stephen, I couldn't buy toys. If it rains nicely, next year we'll be able to buy toys for you. And Stephen said, that's not an issue, Dad. It's okay. I'll be able to play with the toys I have. Stephen was happy because he knew that he had people who loved him. Who loved Stephen? His father and mother. So he was happy that he had his parents to love him. Toys were not that important for him. For Stephen, that was much more important than the best and most expensive toys. Underline the word expensive, children. So, Stephen was never troubling his parents to buy toys. So you also should learn from the story that you should not trouble your parents for expensive toys or for the food or whatever that you wanted on the same day. Be happy with what you have. On days when he was not helping his father work on the farm, Stephen would use his imagination to make even the most simple of objects come to life. So, Stephen used to go with his father to help him in the cornfield. So, the days when he was not going to the farm, he used to make the simple objects come to life. Like here, if you see, he was using the cardboards to make a sailboat. An old cardboard box would become a great sailing ship. This is his sailing ship. That is in his imagination, children. Underline the word imagination also. Today we are going to underline expensive and imagination. An old cardboard box would become a great sailing ship. Stephen would sail it over the seven seas, fighting pesky pirates and huge sea monsters. An old dinner plate would become the steering wheel of a super fast racing car. Stephen would drive it faster than any car had ever gone. Now if you see here, he made the cardboard into a racing car and old dinner plate as a steering wheel of a racing car. And he would drive the car faster than any car had ever gone. This is all he is playing in his imagination because he doesn't have the toys with him. I will show you the pictures related to spring, children. This is the picture related to spring. Spring is the season which comes after the winter season and before summer. The flowers blossom in spring season. And we have learned the word pesky, pirates. Pirates are, these are the pirates who robbed ships in the sea. And he crossed 7 seas in his imagination. And they also were fighting with the huge sea monsters. So these are the pictures related to those words. Let's continue reading. An old cane would become a silver sword. This cane would become a sword, and he used to cut off the plants and vines in the jungle. Stephen would use it to cut away thick plants and vines. We have seen the grapevines, children, as he trekked into the deepest jungles. Even an old blanket would become a cape for Stephen to wear. He was a great hero who had super flying powers. Underline the word cape, children. This is a cape. So he used to imagine his cane as a sword, a blanket as a cape. Now let's see the next one. And so the days went on. Stephen found ways to play and have fun by himself with whatever he could find. He did not cry, he did not pout. He made the best of what he had. He is the sweetest and simple boy. Why? He only had few toys, but his imagination is great, and he never cribbed or he never cried. He never made faces when his parents could not buy toys for him. So, children, try to be happy with the things you have. Do not cry and make faces when your parents doesn't get things for you what you asked for. We should be happy and pray to God that He has given us a good life. So this is what we'll be doing it today. We'll continue the story in the next class. In today's class, you underline the word expensive, imagination, and cave. You write these words as keywords, children. I will show you. Expensive, imagination, and cave. And write the glossary and own sentences also for the words. Write the glossary and own sentence in your notebook, children, and also learn them. Expensive, imagination, and cape. And for homework, do the volume book, page number 21, topic visualizing a story. I will show you. Visualizing a story. Complete the story map. List the 5 senses in the first column. Write details from each sense to describe the setting of the story. As we have done yesterday, the setting of a place, you need to write the setting of the story. List the main events of the story in the table. You write only the beginning of the story, children, because we are still continuing the story. Describe the characters of the story in the box. Describe them in 2 lines. First, Stephen about his father and his mother. Complete this work, children. I will see you in the next class. We'll continue the story. Bye bye, children.